Now we'll be discussing about modeling human hand. So, as usual, let's create a cube here because we already done with the torso part. If you looked here, there's a torso part which is done, and we already done loop for the arms, and also we done the for the leg. I think I can turn off the grid. Great. So now you could see that I have already done this part. We have to do few details. We have to add few details on the back, and now we have to model the palm and the fingers down there. Then we have to model and detail the foot. Yeah, so let's go towards it. As the first thing, where I create a cube, and let me bring the cube here, and, at this time, let me just go to my polycube at the input box, and let me just scale this first. So I can just click on the width, and I could do that, and this is the height, and this is the depth. So we can do it like this, and the width I could reduce a little bit, not too much. The depth, fine. Now, since this is the depth, so I would like to divide this depth into. We have 4 fingers, so I go with that 4. And along the height, I need 3. I need 3 would be fine. So this is fine for me now. And I don't want to add the width because it'll be fine if I just go with the basic structure. Okay, so now we go here. Maybe I can turn off the grid so we can get a clear picture. Now look at this. So similarly, we are going to rotate this. So let's just rotate it a little bit. Fine. Then let me just select this, double click this edge and shift double click this edge. And look at the, it is facing the global axis. So press W, left click and drag, switch to object mode. Now you can just push it towards a little inwards. So that'll be fine. And similarly, I can just select edges, these 3 areas. I can just push them a little inwards. Then I deselect these 2 extremes and I'm sorry, I think I had a little problem here. Maybe I should just, yeah, I select these 3, then I select this 3, then I select this 3 too. So, so now it must be fine. And in the meantime, this all look at the same size. So I had to reduce the size when it approaches towards the fingers. So let me just reduce it a little bit. Let me just select them and reduce a little, not too much, be a little. Okay. That being done, let me just go to my front view to see how does this look like. Maybe just press my 5 and I could just do this. Okay, this seems fine. Um, Not too fine, it's okay. I just twist a little bit to get the flow just as like in this in the side into there. So a little twist would be fine. Then let me go to my side view. Then I look at here. I can just rotate this from the side view from my side angle. I can just pull them. W left click world view. Just move it a little bit like this. So now it would match the requirement of us. So let me just save this file. So I go to my file, save scene as. I go to my cat modeling and cat modeling 2. I just have the file here. Now I just select this 4 faces. So after we have done this selection, we go to shift right click. We have an extrude face. So it's going to extrude face there. So once you go to the extrude face option, you'll be having a keep faces together. You can click here, and drag your leftmost button towards right. Look at that. Now this is done. Now I can just can just click this and scale it down. Maybe I could grab them also. Let me check how does it work. No, it doesn't work. So I had to do this again. I can shift right click. Go to my shift right click and I go to my extrude face option box. There I have mm, I didn't have this one. Maybe I go to my poly modeling here. I have an extrude face because mostly I'm using the shortcut keys, but here I double click offset, thickness, smoothing angle, deviation, taper. So yeah, extrude. We go to shift right click and you go to extrude option box and I hit extrude. Keep faces tool on. Let's make it off. Okay, I think now it will be fine. Yeah, I was sorry, that was my mistake. I should have done it. So now I just when I just extrude it, I'll see how does this look like. Maybe we could scale them down a little and move them here. Then I just hold my shift. So I just do it again. G. I can just move this down and move this here. Let me move this a little back. Right. Now we have to move this. We just select this face, rotate it a little. It should face it like this, the angle, and it should be a little smaller. And similarly, I have to select all these faces. Then we can just select and move. Okay, my selection is right. Now I can press E. I can rotate them like this. So now all the faces will be facing this towards inside. And scale them a little, not too much, a little. Good. Let's select this face. Maybe you can just go. Let's select this face and move it a little towards to inwards. A little double click here. Yeah, I can double click here and move it a little to inwards. That's fine. Similarly, I can double click here and here. Then move just a little inwards. That's fine. So now I can just select, double click, and move it here a little towards inside. Then again, double click here. Maybe the four edges down here are not certain. Maybe I can just go to my face mode, like this. Hmm. So, so before we go with this, let me just select this face and move it a little to the side. And let me select this one. And I could just move a little to this side. Maybe I think it's better if we switch this to component mode. So we press W and switch to object mode will be much convenient. Great. So apart from this, maybe we can just double this edges and move it to the side. Fine. Then now double click this edge and move it to this side and double this edge, move it to this side. Similarly, I select this one. Now I can just select this, move it a little to this towards inside. Then we select this one and move it a little towards inside. So from the front angle, maybe it would look like this. So it'll be fine. But I need this finger to be lengthier and this finger to not be lengthier. So maybe I should just pull this finger a little inwards. So the center finger a little outside, and this finger a little inwards, and this finger a little more inwards. And since this will be the pinky finger, I recommend you to make it a little much more smaller, not that big. So that will be fine now. And similarly, you can just double click this. And then scale it down. I just scale this down, this finger, and the rest are fine. This is too big. We should just push it a little inwards. So yeah, let the fingers be in this way. So this will be the fingers, and I think I should bring this, take this inwards a little. So let's start with this face. Let me select this one. Then shift right. Just extrude it a little, and I could just rotate a little bit here and press W. Wait. And here I just would like to select this edge and W, move to the component mode. It is already in component mode, so we can just directly move it there like this. And similarly, you can just select this edge and move it this way. Then let me select this face, shift. Here, and I had rotated it a little bit. Then I need to scale this down. And similarly here I had to rotate this a little bit. So look at this one, I rotated. Now select this and shift select this. Now with this both being selected, you can press E and rotate it. Let me just scale this up. Fine. And select this face. Move this down here. So I can select this edge and just move this out. So that will be fine now. Look at this. So the shape is fine. Fine. So now it's done, and we had to look into the reference image we had, and you would know that when you put your hand in this way, you would feel a little rotated. This thumb figure will be. So maybe I think it will be fine if you just rotate this a little. So maybe I can just double shift right click and sorry, go to my control right click. I have no selection along group, so it's done. I should select this and G. So the entire thing is selected. Now I don't want this areas, and it's fine. And I press E and E left click. Press and hold E left click to go for component mode. Then E left click object mode. Yeah, object would be fine for me. Maybe I just rotate a little. Yeah, so towards inwards. So putting a little towards inwards would be fine. Maybe I could just deselect those and rotate them towards again. So it's fine. Little. So this is okay as of now. If there is any change, then we can just fix that again by going back and from. So with that being done, you could see there the areas where you want too much. I think this vertex I want this to be a little bulged up because along the downwards of your thumb finger, you would see this area would be a little big there. So we could do that, and I can just select this edge and pull it a little bigger. So that's fine. Then if I want to merge this here, you can see that there is three face this side and three face this side and two on the other sides. So we need eight faces there, whereas we have four here and the four there and two. So there are 10 here, whereas we need only eight. So we need to merge two faces. We need to merge two vertices. So I think I go with the middle finger. So since this is the middle finger, I can go with that. I can possibly select this vertex. Uh, so just a minute. Yeah, I can select this and select this. Maybe what if I go to my edit mesh? We have a collapse. Oh, that's cool. I have a collapse, and similarly, I can select this one and hit G. It's okay. I think this is fine. I don't need to go further. Maybe you can select this one, press G. This one, press G. So I think this is fine for the caliper to go with. So I think this is fine. So now I think now we have less faces. We have six and two. There are eight faces down there. So maybe we can merge them down now. So before we go any further, I just would like to select this. Maybe you can just edit. Yeah, and let me select this one. Right. So that will be a little okay to merge with. So I just move it a little, and this would work. And similarly, I can select the verses there and scan them. Okay, then let's select this areas. I think we had to scale this down a little. Yeah, so this would properly merge that. So maybe I can just go here. I can press 4. So now maybe to merge with I can. I think I had to delete this phases, so it can merge perfect. Oh, I already deleted the face here. Whereas here we have not deleted the faces, so I recommend you guys to select this face, hit delete, and it's always a best practice to check your faces before delete and after delete. So anyway, once you get familiarized with the tools, then you wouldn't do that often. So now I can just see, I can just I have to select this face and this face and shift right click. I have to make them as a single poly. Then I had to go with merging. Then just go with combine, shift right click. So now it's a single mesh. I can just now I can just select this and double click on the edges and shift right click. Shift double click on this edges. There are two edges we selected. Shift right click. We have a bridge. So go to the bridge option box. Then I'm sorry, we can directly go to shift right click and bridge. And once you do that, look at that. That's really good. It's really good. It has bridged it properly. We don't have too much of a problem here. It's fine. And there are a few hiccups there here that maybe like we need to make this edge just a little more bigger. Maybe you can select them and yeah, we have selected these edges. I press R and scale them up. Maybe I just press R, left click, and go with component mode. And we can, and if by any time if you want, you can go with the other mode also. I think I go with the normal world access, so object mode. That would be fine. I can scale them up a little on all sides, but I don't want to scale. I would like to scale only this angle. So maybe I think it's better if I just rotate this. So, with this being selected, I press D, then I just rotate this a little towards this angle. Then I just rotate this towards this parallel to this edges. Now I press R. Yeah, now it looks fine. Maybe I can just scale it up. I mean, not at this angle. I can scale this up in this angle. Yeah, right. Now do that there. The same, just scale it to this angle. Yes, it's fine. Now look at that. Deselect this part. I don't want inwards, but I want it only on the outwards. So press W. Yes. And for this side, I don't want too much details. I want them to be merged towards inside. Yeah, now look at that. Now I press D, great. I'll just scale this down a little. Deselect them and move them here. Right. Deselect them and move them a little towards inside. Yeah, so now it's fine. Don't worry about it. We will come back again to fix this. Maybe I can just select this face. I can just push it towards inwards. And now what we did there. So I will select this face and move it a little towards inside. Not too much. But on this side, I could move it a little. So this would work. Okay, it's all fine there. Okay, so if you need exactly like as given there, you can just select this, select them. Let's see, like this, I can select them and move it a little towards the side, and similarly, you could double click here and move it towards the side. I'm just fixing this so I could get the shape proper. And if you'd like to give more space here, you can always select this, select the fingers and move them, give them a little more space between each finger. So that will be much easy for you to work with. So when you find some time, just double click here and double click and select here and you can just move them a little away from each other. So W can go to world coordinates, can just move them a little away from each other and rotate them, right? Similarly, we can just select this one and we can select this one and move them away. Double click this. Okay, it's all done. Now the hand is the palm is ready. It's just easy. All you have to do is just be able to fix him there. And if you'd like to work on this model, maybe you can just go to your sculpting there, sculpting tool there. You have the sculpting option. You get the smooth feature. So when you select this, you can see the smooth feature is turned on. Maybe you can press and hold the B left click. There now you can just drag up and down and make the shapes. Look at this. You can make the shapes much smoother. So I don't need too much of smooths here and there. With a little smooth will be fine. Yeah. Yeah, look at this one. Now I made this areas to be a little smoother. Maybe you can reduce the brush size a little more and smoothen them out. Look at this one. And this one here. They are smoothened. So that will be much easier if you press W. Now things are fine. Okay, double click this one. I could just scale it down a little. Yeah. Now the bomb is ready. Of course, we need to add. We can add some details on this, but this is the beige mesh for the bomb. Even if you mirror it, you get a proper output there. Let's just save this file as a bomb. So go for File and Save Scene as Careful Modeling bomb. And here is my DB. I put it here. Do DB. Right. Then before I do my modeling with my shift right click, there is a mirror option, and we need the X direction. It has to be your world. There's a merge border edges. It will be there and hit mirror. Look at that. So it is a merge threshold to be 0.1. So that will be fine now. Now when you look at this character here, maybe you can turn off my, yeah. So the body is fine now. Look at the arms. We can select this. I can smooth it out. Look at the flow there. So even if I turn off my wireframe on shader, you would see the mesh is of really good quality there. Okay. And now we go back and work on the remaining section of the human body there. I just undo this everything up to this mark and I just save the file. Students now will be modeling the foot part. So let's go to side view here. We already done the other parts, the body, the previous class of us. So now I would like to create a cube here. let me just move this third point here. I don't want the outliner now. Maybe I can just top this off. And but I need the channel box, so let this be there. So let's just create a right click, I create a cube, and let me pull this cube here by holding X, um, W and X. Look like, yeah, and the cube is here. I could just scale this up. I just move this here, press 4, and let's just first scale this down. I'm going to focus on this area. So this down, and maybe I can go to this height section. I can make the height section here like this, and the depth to be in this way. So let me just move this here. So let's just move it here, and let's increase the height. So sorry, let's increase the division here. So for subdivision with depth, we will be having there are 3 sections, so we'll be having 4 sections here. And for the subdivision width, we can have 2 with 3. Okay, so we'll be having 3 sections here. So from here, let me just turn off the grid so we can work on easily there. Maybe you can turn this off, and this one I can turn this off here. I'm sorry, I should turn this off here. Yeah, so how this is being done, I can just move this down. And the first thing we need to do is we have to work in the front view. So let me just um, pull this here from the front view. So this is fine. And with all this thing selected, I could just move this. And here in the side view, I'll be using this one like this, and then I'll be using this one. So this way, not too much. So just using this, moving this one down. Not too much is needed here. So I'll be just moving this one here and this one here. And I'll be just moving this here, then here, one here, and another one here. So this is how we'll be planning to work on. And this is all fine. And when looking this angle, you could see the shape of the food. You could see there. You could witness it here. And this part of this edges, I think it has to be a little more downstream. So I will just pull them down a little, and I select this vertices and move them a little towards the back, not too back. So that's fine. And look at the back side, it's not perfect, so maybe just go here on the back side of this and select this 2 edges, and I press R. Maybe just select this 4 and press R. So now if you could see how they are made of. So now I'm able to select these 2 edges and move them towards the front. So like this. Then look at the front side here. And if you look carefully on your foot, you'll see this area or a little, since this is your index finger, so uh, this area will be a little uh, height than this section, than your pinky fingertip. So maybe I should just pull them down. We should select them, pull them down here, and I could get the shape there. And not only with that, again, I had to add a few more details. So I think I had to bring this down a little more, and I had to bring this vertex down. So this will be a little elevated than this side. So that's how it has to be. So I can just pull this a little down, then this one a little more down. So this is how the foot has to be. And when it comes to the parts, I can just select this vertices. That will be much better. I can just pull this, then I can just pull this, then I can just pull this. So this is how it has to be for the okay. Now with this being done, I'm gonna shift right click, and I'm going to insert an edge loop here. So let's go there and put it. It's done. We added and then insert edge loop, and I think it's better if I go with shift right click, insert edge loop option, and I'm sorry, just one I can just insert edge loop to option box and go with insert with edge flow. So the flow will be there when we do it now. So go now, insert edge loop, now click. Yeah, you see that the flow, that's really great. That really gives you look, there was no flow there before. Now you'll be having a flow. So that's really a cool option you'll be having. And if you don't want, you can just delete that part. And when it comes to there, I can just select this, and I'm going to pull them a little inwards. Okay, not everywhere, maybe a little more on the bottom part, little on the top, and more on the bottom part. So maybe I should just pulling this a little more down. So I'll pull them a little more down, and this area I got to bring it more to the towards the front. So that's how it goes. Then similarly we select a few faces here and pull them a little down, so you'll get the structure there a little. Yeah. So I think now that things are fine, maybe you can select this two face and nice there. I can go here, I can just select them, move it here, and move this one here, so this one here. So now we can just select this face, these three faces, and we could delete them here. So maybe we can just delete them. So then I can see they are deleted. Let me just save this file. So let me object methods and then go to file, save scene as. This is for the foot. And look at this one. This vertices are too lower. Let's bring them up a little. So when we merge them, that will be much easier for the system to merge them. So that's really fine. Let me just select this one, press E, rotate it a little bit, a little tilted, not too much, a little tilted, and just leave them here this way. And let's go here and rotate it all the way. So like this. So this would help now. We just push this a little to the right, so when you merge it will be much easier. That's the point of doing this. So here I'll be having a 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think it has to work perfect. But if you look here, I think it has to tilt it a little bit to the right. So maybe you can just shift. Yeah, I don't tilt it now. After merging this, maybe I can tilt it. That'll be fine, but doing it. So let's go here. Yeah, great. So let's merge them both, shift right click and combine them. Great. Then double click this edge and shift double click this edge and shift right click. We have a bridge, and it says an error. Let's look at poly, which requires equal number of borders. So I think that might be a problem I'm facing here. So what's wrong there? So we have 6, 4, 6 is 12, 34. Oh my god, I think I have too many edges there. Let's do that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 there, and whereas here's 3, 6, 7, 8. I think I had to insert another edge loop there, so that might help. So now, if I just select this, double click and shift double click, shift right click and a bridge. So now the bridge worked fine. So maybe if there is a twist, you can just use the twist. Look at that twist. It really helps you in bridging them properly. So I had to twist this a little. So 26. I think 27 will be fine. Yeah, 27 is a little okay-ish. So I go with that. Then with that being selected, I can just select all this vertices, including this two. And I can just go to my front view. I could rotate them a little. So I position it wherever I wish. So it's fine now. The interface is completed. Maybe just save the file. When you press 3, you can see the food shape there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we need to add few details here and there, and we can do that even at a later stage. And as of now, I can just select them and put them here. So it's fine. Now we're going to press 3. You can see the shape there. Yeah, so look at the shape, the front, then at the side. Okay, the shape is settled perfect there. Now, when you do a mirror, you can get a perfect arms, a perfect palm with a foot shape. Even though they are of base mesh, you get the shape perfect there. Thank you, guys.